Imagine traveling through a stretch of mountains so remote that time itself feels slowed down. The air grows thinner with every step, the path becomes quieter, and civilization slowly disappears behind you. Near a small Himalayan village that survives only during certain seasons, there is a lake that looks calm, almost beautiful. But beneath its clear surface lies a truth so unsettling that it has haunted researchers, villagers, and historians for decades. When the ice melts, hundreds of human skeletons emerge, silently telling a story of repeated death, human vulnerability, and nature's unforgiving power. This village is located in the high-altitude region of present-day Uttarakhand, India. Life here is harsh. The terrain is steep, weather changes suddenly, and survival depends on deep respect for the mountains. Just a few kilometers away sits Rupkund Lake, resting more than 16,000 feet above sea level. For most of the year, it remains completely frozen, sealed under snow and ice. It is invisible, unreachable, and forgotten. Then, for a brief period each year, the ice begins to melt. And that is when the lake reveals what it has been hiding. As the surface clears, human remains become visible beneath the water, skulls with fractured crowns, rib cages stacked on top of one another, bones scattered without order, without burial, without explanation. Some skeletons are partially submerged, others lie along the shoreline, as if people collapsed while trying to escape. There are no graves, no offerings, no signs of ritual. These people were not meant to die here, yet they did. The outside world first learned about this place in 1942, when a British forest ranger stumbled upon the lake and reported what he saw. At the time, World War II was raging, and authorities feared the skeletons might belong to soldiers who had died attempting to cross the Himalayas. The idea caused alarm, but that theory quickly fell apart. The remains were far too old. There were no weapons, no uniforms, no modern artifacts. And the sheer number of bodies made it clear. This was something much older and far more disturbing. Over the years, teams of scientists returned again and again. Each visit raised more questions than answers. Carbon dating revealed that the skeletons did not belong to one group or one moment in time. Some individuals died around the 9th century. Others died hundreds of years later, possibly as late as the 17th or 18th century. This meant that Rupkund Lake was not the site of a single tragedy. It was a place where death happened repeatedly, across centuries. For the local villagers, this was never a surprise. Stories about the lake had existed long before modern science arrived. One legend spoke of a royal procession traveling through the mountains. The group included a ruler, his family, servants, dancers, and pilgrims. They ignored warnings about the dangerous route and the season. According to the story, the mountains punished their arrogance. A sudden storm descended, killing everyone in the group for generations. This tale was passed down as a warning. Outsiders dismissed it as folklore until evidence began to align with it. When forensic experts examined the skulls, a chilling pattern emerged. Many had similar fractures on the top and sides of the head. These were not wounds caused by swords, arrows, or tools. There were no cut marks, no signs of battle, no defensive injuries. The victims never fought back. Whatever struck them came suddenly, from above, and left no chance of escape. Researchers eventually reached a conclusion that felt almost unreal. The deaths were most likely caused by an extreme and violent hailstorm. At high altitudes like Rupkund, weather behaves unpredictably. Storms can form without warning. Hailstones can grow unusually large, dense, and deadly. Imagine being caught in open terrain, surrounded by mountains, with no shelter in sight. The sky darkens, the temperature drops instantly. Then massive chunks of ice begin falling from above, striking heads and shoulders with crushing force. Each impact is capable of killing instantly. Running would be useless. Hiding would be impossible. In minutes, an entire group could be wiped out. DNA analysis made the story even more unsettling. The victims were not all from the same region. Some had genetic roots in South Asia. Others showed ancestry linked to the Eastern Mediterranean. This meant travelers from completely different parts of the world reached this same remote lake centuries apart. Different cultures, different journeys, same destination, same end. This suggests that Rupkund Lake lay along an important but dangerous pilgrimage or travel route. Over time, groups continued to pass through the region, unaware of what had happened before, and when nature turned hostile, history repeated itself. The nearby village became forever tied to these deaths, not because its people caused them, but because they lived beside a place that refused to let the past disappear. Locals avoided the lake, treating it with fear and reverence. Pilgrims spoke of it quietly. Long before scientific explanations existed, the area was already considered cursed. Even today, Rupkund Lake is carefully monitored. Many skeletons have been removed for research and preservation, but countless remains are still trapped beneath the ice. Each year, as temperatures rise, bones reappear, silent reminders that the past is still there, waiting. What makes this story especially disturbing is how peaceful the place looks. The lake is small and clear. The mountains are breathtaking. There are no ruins, no warning signs, no visible danger. Nothing about the landscape suggests it has taken hundreds of lives. Nature leaves no evidence of intent. Only consequences. This is not a story of war or murder. It is a story of human vulnerability, of timing, of nature's complete indifference to power, status, or belief. Royalty and commoners died the same way. Pilgrims and travelers vanished together. History forgot their names, but the mountains remembered. A village tied to multiple deaths across centuries, a lake that reveals its secrets only when the ice allows it. And the most unsettling truth of all, the mountains are still there, storms still form, and Rupkund Lake still freezes every year. If this real story made you pause, unsettled you, or rethink how fragile human life can be, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments.